I am at Fort Abraham Lincoln State Park in North Dakota. Theodore Roosevelt dedicated it to the state of North Dakota somewhere in the early 1900s, I'll assume, while he was in office. It couldn't have been declared a national park because national parks have, I think it's called geographical abnormalities. Like there's something geographically different about each national park that makes them declarable about a national park. This was actually Fort Abraham Lincoln. That right there that I just took a picture of was a guardhouse. That was a barracks. These are barracks. From what I understand, you can tour all these buildings, so I'm going to check it out. But I know that Abraham Lincoln's actual fort is somewhere around here, and I wonder if it's way up there on that hill where I see that American flag. I'll have to figure it out. But this is a beautiful park. It's huge, and it has a campground, and it's fairly inexpensive. It is $17 a night for primitive camping. That means no water, no electricity. And then they do charge you for your vehicle to come in, which is weird because how are you going to camp there if you don't have a vehicle? So I had to pay $7 for the RV to come in. But hey, whatever, even at that, it's still very inexpensive comparatively because campgrounds are getting a lot more expensive. But I just thought I would show you around a little bit and show you how beautiful it is. There's people out there flying kites, and straight out there is where the Missouri River meets the Wild River, I believe. And you can see some boats moving on it. But I'll go down there and get a closer view later. That's down by actually where I'm camping. I did want to show you these cottonwood trees because see this ginormous one? When I was a kid in Arizona, we had one of these in our backyard. It was huge. And me and all the neighbor kids used to climb all the way up there and play like a fort. Now the crazy thing is, come fall, so I guess for Arizona that would be August, September, October, these cottonwood trees, and sorry that I'm making a stomping noise as my sandals on this wood planks, but these cottonwood trees get these hairy caterpillars. That's what we called them. They were black and yellow caterpillars that had hair all over them. My sister used to take the hairy caterpillars to school and she would sell them for 10 cents, and people would buy these hairy caterpillars. So she would take hairy caterpillars, let's say 10, to school and sell them for 10 cents a piece. So then we'd get $1. With that $1, this is how long ago it was, on the way home, each of us girls could get a candy bar. So that's what we would do with the sale of the hairy caterpillars. Isn't that crazy? Now this is the thing. I took hairy caterpillars to school. I was going to sell hairy caterpillars so I could get my own money and buy more candy bars, I guess. Or maybe Slurpees, because I was really into Slurpees back then. And these giant dill pickles. But anyway, I wasn't as outgoing as Katie, so I didn't sell any hairy caterpillars, and mine died in my desk. That's terrible. But I had to tell you that story because it's pretty cool. And if you ever see a cottonwood tree with this big white thing on it that looks like a spider web, it's actually a hairy caterpillar nest. I hope you enjoyed my weird story. pretty cool. This is one of the Native American homes in the Slant Indian Village. And although they have updated it and replaced what has fallen down over time, it is for the most part in its original form, which is pretty dang cool. And it smells great in here. So you could tell that they recently had a fire in here, so probably for some sort of seminar or something. And then there's the air hole in the middle. But they said that the Native Americans even lived here in the wintertime, which this is North Dakota. So that had to be a lot of snow. But it's pretty cool, and you could tell it's super sturdy. These are big, heavy-duty logs. And there's a few other ones. That one over there you can't go through, the one to my left. But I'm going to go through the other ones and check them out because I think they're pretty cool. And here's what the outside looks like. It's mud and logs too. You can see how that would keep you warmer than hide, I think. And that one that I saw earlier with the bark was still throwing me off because I have no idea how they got the bark off the trees to do that. But we'll check out this next one. I don't know if my recording is going to do this justice, but this one is huge inside. And from outside, it doesn't look that big. But from inside, it's gigantic. And I can't back up any further to get you a whole view. And it does have modern day benches, so I'm sure they have some sort of seminars here, especially in the summer, because there's a fire pit. And you can tell it's had a fresh fire. Well, maybe from this side I could get a view. I mean, this is huge. Like, you could fit hundreds of people in here. And these are giant logs there. Maybe that shows you. But it's beautiful. And these logs are just ginormous. And they're stripped of their bark. It would take, I don't know, 20, 30 men to move one of them. But the whole stripping of their bark, I'm going to have to Google that to figure out how and why they did that. Because it does definitely make a cleaner look. But then, like I said, I've seen that teepee made of bark. And I've never seen that before, except for up here. So that throws me off. And you could tell some of these are cracking over time. I mean, just an amazingly built structure. Let's go check out the other ones. They don't look that big from the outside. I mean, that was the first one I was in, and that did look like a suitable size for a family. But this one looks almost the same size from the outside. But it's huge. I mean, look at how beautiful this park is, guys. If you're ever up in North Dakota, gotta check this out. I'm camped down there on the other side of those trees on that river. And there's very few people out here exploring the park, but the campground's pretty full. I left my camper open too because I didn't think I was going to be gone this long. But I'm sure it's going to be fine. I don't have anything valuable anyway. Oh wow, look at this one. Oh, now it says my battery's too low. This one's a whole huge display. Oh, I hope it doesn't shut down. I'm going to have to do this one fast. But this has make your own winter count petroglyph story. Oh, I would love to do that. And then children among Mandan. Uses of the buffalo. Well, that's cool because I see buffalo stuff everywhere. And they do tell you that they use every single part of it, but it doesn't tell you the uses. I am speeding through this a little bit and taking pictures because my phone does say that my battery's going to die any second. And I don't want to miss this. I think I can come back tomorrow. Anyway, oh, it says push this button. Oh, nothing happens. Shoot. But I would like to do one of those petroglyphs of my story. Let's go back over there. This one's big too, but not as big as that last one. Huh. That is pretty neat. You could translate it into a code. There's no paper or pen around, or I would do it. But maybe I will come back tomorrow with my own paper and pen and get my nerd on, because yes, I'm a nerd and I don't care what people think. I would like to check that out. Welcome to Regina's Lodge. That must be where I'm at. Pretty cool. Alright, let's go tour those last two. Or I think there's one more. Before this phone totally goes kaput on me. And then I'll go back to the campground. Yeah, there is only one more. So I gotta remember tomorrow I need to come to Regina's Lodge. I need to go to where the forts were. And I think the stables. This place is just huge and there's so much to do. Well, there is two more. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh, see? Thrive on a slant. Oh, wow. Oh, it even talks about the fishing down here. There's a lot of people fishing on those rivers today. This is beautiful. I wonder what this is. Catch pit, a representation of an underground catch pit. I guess that's where they just store all kinds of stuff. Cache crop. Three Sisters Garden. Planting corn and squash. Tricks of the trade, how they harvested corn. This is just, these are amazing structures. Like even today, if somebody had to, they could live in here. And it's actually cooler in here than it is outside. But I just wonder how it would, if it would stay warm enough in the winter and if it would get cool enough in the summer. And they have no windows. They only have one way in, one way out, and no windows. Nope, and that one's got a barricade on the inside. Well, good, because the phone's going to die anyway. Oh, wait, people are in there. Oh, hello.
Oh, hey.
Hi.